Hello everybody and welcome back to a brand new episode of NASCAR Heat 3 Career Mode. I hope you're all having a great day. Today we go to the second race of the playoffs at Richmond. We obviously won Las Vegas in a photo finish with Brad Keselowski and locked ourselves into the round of 12. So we go into Richmond and the Charlotte Roval without really any care in the world. We're just kind of here to see the next 11 drivers that can get themselves into the round of 12. And as we came through into the Xfinity Series race, we had William Byron in the car as our playoff driver for the season. We're going to see if he does well. Obviously, we've had a lot of speed in this car this season. I think we got like 5 wins right now coming into Richmond. And Byron, though, he would struggle to work his way through the field as he wouldn't really be able to work his way through the field, to be honest. He was down here in P21 past the midway point of this race, closing in towards the end. And as he did come to the final lap, now you see him right behind Kaz Gralla in the 61 car as he came through turns 3 and turns 4. William would only be able to get up to P21 as he came through across the line there with a 21st place finish, which really wasn't very good, but we have so many playoff points that it was pretty much not much of a big deal. You see he's now 17 points to the good since the first guy out. Ryan Preece is 7 points behind. So Byron, 17 to the good going into the Charlotte Roval, so he should be in pretty good shape. But now it's time to set our sights on the Cup Series here, coming into Richmond, a track we've never won at. Very hard to get a win at this track, but as it came out of turn 4 in qualifying, it wasn't a very good lap there. As you see, a 21.061. I put the car in P18 for the start of this race, so hopefully we can move ourselves up towards the top 10 position. So let's go get it here in Richmond Raceway.
Hello everyone and welcome to Richmond Raceway for the running of the Federated Auto Parts 400. Tonight we make our final stop at this 3/4 mile short track in Henrico County, Virginia. In previous years, this event marked the end of the regular season. But tonight, the stakes are even higher. A win at America's premier short track could move one of these drivers into the round of 12. With the unfamiliar Roval up next on the schedule, expect our contenders to really push to advance tonight. The NASCAR playoffs are in full swing, so let's go racing.
Alright, we're ready to go green here for the Federated Auto Parts 400 at Richmond International Raceway. Jamie McMurray's been struggling all weekend. He had an issue in a crash in the last episode, so he's in playoff trouble. So is Clint Boyer, who had issues last episode after crashing, so he's sent to the back. Kyle Busch failed technical inspection, so he will also start in the back. 3 playoff drivers sent to the back of the field today for Richmond as we're ready to go green and start this race here, Richmond International Raceway. And the green flag is up. We are underway here in Richmond for the second race of the playoffs and the middle race of the round of 16. Right now starting behind the 41 of Daniel Suarez. We did move up 2 positions due to the playoff drivers being sent to the back, but Truex at the moment leads the way as we exit turn 2, heading down the back straightaway for the first time here in Richmond, trying to get to the inside there as we just barely get down in front of Ryan Newman and taking Suarez and Jones 3 wide as we come through turn 3 and now exiting turn 4. And once again, like I say, every time in Richmond, you're going to notice my rear view mirror off quite a bit, because when you have it on, the frame rate at this track is awful, so you will notice it on a few times here and there, especially on restarts, but usually when we're not on a restart, the mirror is not going to be on at all now as we go down through turn 3, looking to the inside at this point of the 11 car of Denny Hamlin as we exit turn 4. Already moving our way through the field here as we're up to P14 after a couple laps now, up to 13, sending it up the inside of Chris Buescher there in the 37, moving up to P12, and as we came to lap 7 a few laps later, we had gone up to P10, looking to the inside of Kevin Harvick as we went down the back straightaway as well, looking to the inside of Martin Truex Jr. Harvick and Truex both started on the front row, and they have found themselves drifting backwards now, so we will get ahead of Truex and fall in line behind Eric Almirola in P7, but that was pretty much as far as I would get for now. As you see, we come all the way now to lap 18, approaching lap 19, and you see Jamie McMurray actually was just on pit road, blowing up there. You might have to watch that back, but you saw him on pit road, and that's going to be a big playoff hit for McMurray. Now as we come through at a turn 2, Jimmy Johnson putting some pressure on me there, and as we came to lap 19, a few more laps later, still on the back of Almirola. Couldn't really do much from here, but as we come across that line, Almirola leaving the bottom open, so I'm going to try and make a move up the inside of Almirola as we go down into turns 1 and turns 2. Johnson just behind us as we go side by side down the back straightaway, trying to take over that 6th position from Almirola as we go down through turns 3 and turns 4. Clear clear of Eric Almirola in the 10 car as Jimmy Johnson looks to my inside now as we come out of turn 4, crossing the line. So Johnson is going to come through to try and take that position. He's certainly showing some speed tonight, looking for win number 1 on the season. Obviously, he missed the playoffs due to the fact that he could not get a win in the regular season, but he would get ahead, and so would Denny Hamlin as we came through now to the final lap in the first stage. Still running in P8 behind Hamlin, but as we went down into turns 1 and turns 2, Kevin Harvick gets to my inside, which I meant to let Harvick get to my inside because I wanted to start on the inside for stage 2, so I said Harvick can go right on past me now as we go down through turns 3 and turns 4 for the final time here in stage 1. We're going to exit the corner to get P9 in the first stage, which is certainly a decent finish, but I was hoping that it could have been a little bit better. But obviously we're on the inside for the stage 2, so I was very happy with that as Kurt Busch gets a playoff point after winning the first stage here in Richmond. No pit stop would be needed at the end of this first stage, so we would stay out obviously and get ready to go green with Kurt Busch and Chase Elliott now on the front row as we get ready to start stage 2. All Hendrick cars right now inside the top 10. Not very often you see that in this season now as the green flag is out. We are underway for the second stage behind the 11 of Denny Hamlin, the 4 of Harvick on our right hand side now as we go down into turns 1. Eric Almirola just behind you. You want to be careful around these playoff guys. Obviously I'm locked into the next round, so I'm trying to kind of be a little more generous to these guys. I want to let them battle it out for their playoff spot. I don't want to be the reason someone gets eliminated or not now as we come out of turn 4 on the inside of Harvick coming through to complete the first lap of this second stage. Harvick obviously has the chance to lock himself in tonight's episode just in on points if he has a good enough run now as we come out of turn 2, making a little bit of contact there with the 4 of Harvick as we go down into turn 3 behind Johnson and Bowman. Johnson continuing to move his way forwards. He passes Bowman for the 6th position, certainly showing some speed in that 48 car. Like I said, we haven't really seen that this season now as we go down into turns 1, just about looking up the inside of the 88 there, and as came through on lap 12, still running behind the 88 of Bowman, but Jimmy Johnson had continued to move his way forward. He had passed Chase Elliott, Denny Hamlin. Johnson had moved up into the 3rd position. You can see down into turn 3, him all the way up there as we continue to lurk behind Bowman and Hamlin, but once we kind of got settled in here, I didn't really move at all. This was a very tame, calm second stage as we came through with just 2 to go in the stage now, still behind Bowman and Hamlin. I just couldn't do anything once I got to the back of these guys, so we were stuck behind them right to the end of the stage now as we take the white flag in stage 2. Kyle Busch looking behind me there as we go down into turns 1 and turns 2 for the final time here in this second stage in Richmond. Certainly not really going to put much pressure on Bowman here, as I know he's trying to point his way in to the next round now as we go down in through turns 3 and turns 4 for the final time. Going to be a little bit defensive if possible over Kyle Busch as we exit the corner. We're going to come through to get P7 in the second stage, so 2 positions better than the first stage, but obviously now we have to come to pit road to take 4 tires and 2 cans of fuel, where the AI will likely only take 2 tires, so we're going to definitely lose some positions. Kurt Busch won the stage, and there it is. We lose 17 positions and drop to P24 for the start of the final stage. Obviously, this doesn't really affect us since we're locked into the next round, so I wasn't very disappointed, but now the green flag is out in the final stage. It is underway, just under 50 laps to go here in Richmond. A playoff driver could lock themselves into the next round. It could be Kurt Busch in tonight's episode as we go through turns 1 and turns 2, making a 3 wide, being aggressive here on the top. On the outside now of Austin Dillon, just about getting into him as we go down the back straightaway, heading down towards turn 3, still on the outside of the 3 car of Austin Dillon. Kurt Busch continues to lead the way as we exit turn 4, heading down the front straightaway, still on the right-hand side of the 3 as I briefly touch the wall and now make contact with the 3 of Austin Dillon there as I just touched the wall and then overcorrected right into the side of the 3 now as we go down the back straightaway behind Daniel Suarez, and now we have a big run. I'm going to make a 3 wide up the middle there. Austin Dillon on my inside. He's going to hit me on the left-hand side, and he's going to continue pushing up the track into the side of me, and Suarez is going to get the victim of the situation and nail the wall as the caution's going to come out. What on earth was Austin Dillon doing right there now as the caution, like I said, is out? We're going to be restarting right here on the row behind Austin Dillon. I was pretty aggravated and I was like, we're locked in to the next round. Austin Dillon is not even in the playoffs. I had full intentions of just getting back to him here as we went down towards turns 1 now, and right on his left-hand side on this restart as the green flag is back out, but probably not for long as we head down towards turns 1 on the back of the 3. We're going to get into him, and we're going to dump Austin Dillon into turns 1 and turns 2 as the caution is going to fly again. I certainly don't like intentionally wrecking people, but it was just one of those moments where I was really aggravated with what happened, considering how good our race has gone, and then all of this just happened, so I decided we're going to get revenge on Austin Dillon there, and now we have to set our sights, though, on this rest of this race here in Richmond, as the green flag is back out again, and we are once again underway. Now just 40 laps to go as we cross the line. Daniel Suarez behind me in the 41 cars. I'm going to jump up to the outside of the 21 of Paul Menard. I'm still very confident that we can still work our way up towards a top 10 finish, and if we do that, I'll be very satisfied with this race. As behind us we have Brad Keselowski. We're going to cut over and make it 3 wide with the 34 of Michael McDowell there as we come through turn 3 and turn 4, moving up into a top 20 position as we exit the corner on the left-hand side of Landon Castle in the 00 Starcom car as we go down into turns 1 on the inside now of Chris Buescher and David Reagan as we come through the center of the corner. Kurt Busch continuing to lead here in Richmond. Can he hold on for the victory now as we go down into turn 3 behind Daniel Hemrick? And we would really be able to continue to move our way forward. Sir Hemrick obviously just in front of me as we hit 38 to go, but certainly wouldn't be much of an issue getting past the 8 of Daniel Hemrick as we came through now on lap 71, 30 to go. Now on in P15 at this point, we had run down Martin Truex Jr. as we came out of turn 2. Down the back straightaway, we have the run, so we're going to take the advantage and look up the inside of Truex as we go down into turn 3 and turns 4, taking over P14 now here with less than 30 to go as we cross the line in Richmond. So continuing to move forwards here with 29 to go as we head down into turns 1. Next up was Kyle Larson at this point in the race, but like I said, continuing to move forwards, we get up to P13 as we came to 19 to go at this point. Looking now to the inside of Alex Bowman, a very late move, a late dive from myself. We keep it clean though as we go down the back straightaway side by side with the 88 of Bowman as we go down into turn 3, taking over the 12th position from Bowman and setting our sights on Eric Jones at this point. As we came to 12 to go, we would end up getting a caution with 12 laps to go. I couldn't find what brought it out, but either way the caution comes out. Kevin Harvick at this point had the lead. Denny Hamlin second, Jimmy Johnson P3 as we get ready to restart in the 12th position here late in Richmond. Now as the green flag is back out, it'll be 9 laps to go. Once we cross the line behind the 42 of Larson, I have full intentions to jump up to the top and make it 3 wide as we go down towards turns 1. And Kyle Larson has the same idea now as we come through the center of the corner, and that's certainly going to kind of hold me up, so I let him do that move as we go down the back straightaway. A chance to maybe get to the bottom, but I'm going to try and battle it out on the outside of Eric Jones as Kevin Harvick leads the way as we exit turn 4. Jimmy Johnson up into second position as we cross the line. Can Jimmy Johnson get win number 1 of the season now as we're going to just about look up the inside of Eric Jones as we cross over to get down in front of the 17 of Stenhouse, looking into the inside now of the 42 of Kyle Larson as we go down the back straightaway into turn 3. Harvick certainly going to have to hold off a fierce Jimmy Johnson who wants win number 1 on the season. He wants one more win before he retires from our NASCAR Heat 3 career mode. Now as we go down into turns 1, that we're going to send it up the inside now of Eric Almirola and move back inside of the top 10 here in Richmond. Now as we exit turn 2, taking over that spot, and we would move up to P8 as we came to just a couple of laps to go in this race. Denny Hamlin at this point right behind me as he was trying to hold off Ricky Stenhouse Jr., but I got up to P8 and pretty much couldn't do anything after that. Now as we come down the back straightaway heading towards the final lap here in Richmond, Jimmy Johnson still in that second position as Harvick continues to lead as the white flag is in the air. Harvick has been on fire in this last half of the regular season, and now he's starting the playoffs on fire as well as we come through turns 1 and turns 2 for the final time tonight in Richmond. Down the back straightaway we go. Kevin Harvick has, I think, 4 to 5 wins on the season, and he's about to add to it by 1 more as Kevin Harvick comes into turn 4. Harvick will win into the round of 12, and we come through to get an 8th place finish here in Richmond. Jimmy Johnson comes up just short with a 2nd place finish. That's certainly the best run Jimmy Johnson has had all season. Very happy for Jimmy to have a good run like that. But there you see Jamie McMurray, a playoff driver, once again down in 40th, just like last race. I think he finished 40th as well. So McMurray is going to have to go into the Charlotte Roval and win as he's 64 points out. Our teammate Alex Bowman is 7 out, Almirola 22, Newman 32. Obviously, we're going to go to the Roval with full intentions on winning that race. I love racing at the Roval. Certainly would love to get another win there. But if we can, we're definitely going to try and help out our teammate of Alex Bowman. But now certainly driver's not so happy with me. Suarez not happy with me when we slammed into the wall with him because Austin Dillon. So I apologize to him. We provoke Eric Jones and provoke Austin Dillon as well. But as always, if you guys enjoyed this episode, make sure to comment, like, and subscribe. Those would all be very, very appreciated. In the next one, we decide the 12 drivers that will remain inside the playoffs at one of my favorite tracks on the schedule, the Charlotte Roval. So it should be a very fun race. Hopefully we can be successful and have a shot at victory there for that one. So Jamie McMurray, obviously, like I said, has to win his way in to the next round. The first road course race of the season, we stole a win from him there, so we know he could be strong at the Roval. So we'll see what he can do. But now I'll see you guys in the next episode. So thank you for watching, everybody, and have yourselves a great day.